Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. I'm Chidima Onyebuchi, a filmmaker, development enthusiast, and a moderator for today's event. As we can all agree, the film industry currently represents not only some of the fastest growing sectors across Africa, but a pivotal tool that is currently shaping our cultural identities. We saw your entries in the form. Thank you. And beyond celebrating this milestone, which is the launch of the African International Short Film Market, let us welcome ourselves by displaying our flags from wherever you're from in the comment section. So you say, oh, let me just do this so I can just populate my portfolio. But like you, and as we received from many of your questions and what you want to see today, many of us want to see the narrative shift to one that actually respects short films as a complete art in themselves, and in a way that we're able to build structures to ensure that production is. It is my pleasure to invite Victor Trudal-Linden. He's a project manager at the GIZ, and the GIZ has been instrumental to the AISFM's journey. And not only that, that of film sectors in Africa through the Moving Pictures Incubator Program. So I welcome Victor to give a 5-minute keynote speech. The floor is yours, Victor.
It's about connecting investors, creators, distributors, and festivals to the heartbeat of African short film industry. And I'm very happy to see how many are represented and are with us today. Perhaps most importantly, it's about empowering African filmmakers to take charge of their own work and to build collaborative structures that fit this purpose. The African International Short Film Market provides all this if we connect with it. And today is a wonderful starting point. So let's keep things short. Let's stay connected. Let's celebrate short movies and the AISFM.
Thank you so much, Victor. Um, I think something that struck me from your keynote was how you talked about the marketplace always being the centers of villages. And this is the purpose that, AISFM is building collaborative structures for African filmmakers, platform for promoting, premiering, and distributing short films. Benga, welcome. So my question to you is, you have dedicated so much to promoting short films in your creative career. And I want to ask you in 3 minutes, what exactly is the AISFM? What was the journey here like for you? And what did you see on that journey, walking through those paths that's like,
We are really happy to be here. I don't know what to say. But let me just get straight to the question. So, for me, it's a very long journey. Not so long, actually. I think the journey started after I went to a film school. So I studied theater and film. But after then, I've been in the industry. However, in terms of learning, trying to expand the knowledge, I went to another film school. In the course of film joints, the idea for creating a market came to me because, again, I researched a lot. I found out about the American film market, the European film market, the bound film market, and these are proper film market. These are proper business places. So it was more like, okay, we can actually level this up. So that was just sitting at the back of my mind. Yeah. But the opportunity came with some finding peaks.
The pivotal part is, you saying this is basically a marketplace that connects buyers and sellers. So filmmakers are listening. My next question goes to Kagabo Nkubiri. He is AISFM's head of partnerships. He's a Rwandan filmmaker who has led creative projects in East and Southern Africa. So you can see that the reach of AISFM, yeah. I'm curious about the vision and how AISFM intends to get there. It is one thing to have, such beautiful plans, but what is your strategy when I am a filmmaker? Because today, funding and access to traditional distribution channels, the TV, the cinema, the streamers, many of them still prefer long form content, and this remains.
All right. Thank you so much, and good morning, everyone. There is there is a rise, and you can also see this by many initiatives like Connect Shores. You see this by this initiative in Matrix and UNES, the partnership that they had. So there's clearly an interest, and I think what has been an issue was a clear system and a business model of how short film can be have access to distributors. And the physical event, which will take place in Nigeria at the probably for the first time, probably at the end of the last quarter of the year, it's also going to be a place where we're going to be celebrating short films. We like Victor said, we are going to be focused more on creating a connection. Aside from that, but also another project that we have is we are trying to also be
the Nigerian film industry. How much access do you have here where they speak this other language? How is AISFM positioning itself to create opportunities from things that, on face value might seem like, oh, they are challenges? Theodore?
Hello, everyone. It's always a great day when filmmakers congregate for the purpose of, creating and being here. And it's a good day because of that. So, I wouldn't want to repeat what has been said, but the thing that I can say is that it's time. It's time for us as Africans to come up with solutions that work for us, solutions that meet us where we're at when it comes to the resources that we have. And I feel like ASI, African International Short Film Festival, is exactly what that is.
Ensure that we got to see this project come to fruition. My name is Lucy Mudhui. I am a media specialist based in Kenya, and I'm really, really passionate about distribution. So I'm happy to see this project come to fruition. Stakeholders who will ensure that this came to fruition. Kindly bear with me, I'm on the road. I had to be on the road today, but if I put my video on, just know we are still together. Without further ado, we'll be introducing today's panelists. And today we are discussing the future of short film distribution in Africa. And I encourage all of you to engage us in the comment section. We are going to take questions at the end of the Q&A and at the end of the panel discussion.
I'm really interested in that space, and I'm really excited about Africa International Short Film Market and for the panel. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, cool. So we can proceed. And I ask the audience, kindly engage with us in the comment section. If you have any question for our experts and panelists, please do so. All right, so I'll start with you, Ike, and I wanted to know, with your experience in both fiction and documentary filmmaking, how can short films be leveraged as powerful tools for cultural storytelling and social change in Africa?
I think that short films have always been a very powerful medium, for storytelling. There's so many reasons why short films are very powerful. Filmmakers, and to be honest, filmmakers would rather not really be bothered about the business side of things and how these things get to the audience, So that's why I'm actually really, really quite excited about AISFM, because it means that we are now coming into that era in Africa where we're seeing structure, where we're seeing I also think that because of the advent of technology, that we would be seeing a lot of short films, and short films taking center stage. Because right now, for instance, we do a lot of workshops teaching people how to use smartphones to make films, mostly digital. We just have to be honest. Anybody who is thinking about what is the future of short films and how can we make short films more viable for African filmmakers must be thinking digital.
The question I want to ask, with all these platforms that are coming and going, and we know what is happening in the African ecosystem, what are the strategies you can advise to filmmakers who are creating short content on how to monetize? In short, where is the money for short films?
When you look at China, for example, they have these ultra short dramas. And if you've had the opportunity to see them on Instagram, there's also other platforms like Real Shorts and things.
Trends for short films in the next 5-10 years?
Like Facebook, Facebook monetization is getting better and TikTok monetization is getting better as well. So I would imagine that there will be a lot more short films that will be made for digital platforms, for social media, short films that will be shot intentionally to be distributed on TikTok, for instance. Even though TikTok has been trying to promote people to upload content on the TV, and just let it just be scrolling, and just like you do YouTube. And so that's why they're doing. So it's important also for filmmakers to understand these trends and to prepare for these trends. So I haven't seen a lot of filmmakers taking advantage of that, especially African filmmakers. You can actually do a series now. You can do how do you call it now, premieres, for instance, on TikTok, and you can invite people. And I mean, there's just so much to look at in terms of trends in the next 5 to 10 years. But in conclusion, I think that social media will play a very important role in content distribution, in short films distribution in the next 5 to 10 years.
Very eye-opening, and I'm loving that all your conversations are also mentioning how the final question, I'll have Sam take it, and then I'll take the audience questions. So Sam, being an award-winning filmmaker.
My assumption is that maybe they looked at my film and they imagined that this is a new way to approach already existing subjects. And I believe that that's really important as a filmmaker, to define what is it that you want to say in the world? How different do you want to speak about a subject?
I hope I said your name right. Hello, everyone. I trust you're well. It's an honor and pleasure and privilege to be here. There have been engagements around content creators versus storytellers and filmmakers. Do you think there's a difference, and but also become profitable? I think Sam, you can take this because you also spoke about monetization opportunities on YouTube.
I personally will say one thing: content creators, short form content creators, storytellers, filmmakers, they're all doing the same thing. They're telling stories. And I think that so that's a really small amount of money. We have unlimited access to the content. You're already making it. So for me, it makes a lot of sense to.
I come from the world of advertising, and the audience, there are two kinds of audiences. The audience that is, the people that are watching, and they're also clientele. But sometimes it's for a cause, and cause storytelling is a way, if you really, really, do well with your craft, you can have it sponsored, or it can be paid for, or sometimes they just want, because you're a filmmaker that has a specific voice, they will make it with you because they know what you kind of stand for. So I just wanted to add that perspective. Thank you so much, Samuel. That was some great insight there.
Filmmakers can easily find distributors, a platform who will be interested in this film. So just take, for instance, a link up place. Yeah. So we are not necessarily taking films and then distributing for you. We are not serving as a distributor. We are basically serving as connecting as a joint for filmmakers and the distributors, a platform who would be interested in short film. Like Kagabo mentioned, part of the idea we intend to explore is to make collection of film. For instance, Netflix did the African Folklore Reimagined, where they specific films that they would like to put on the platform. So basically, the least we can do is to do our own pick, maybe the best of the best in Africa, yeah. And then we have a showcase soon where we have these film executive or distributors or platform, and they have a private screening of these films, and whichever one they are interested in, whether it's a single or collection.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know we have so many questions in the chat room, but we are quite pressed on time. So kindly allow us to go into the next session. So we'll be breaking out into the 2 breakout rooms for the pitching sessions that will be conducted. One room will have Sam, and the other room will have Tolu. So let's engage also in those sessions and learn together, and then we'll regroup after a few minutes, 30 minutes or so. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, welcome. I hope we had a fantastic time at the pitching sessions. Note that it doesn't just end here. You can use this opportunity to reach out to the industry masters and other creatives across Africa to begin to build your networks. To round out the
tuning in and believing in African film, let's continue supporting and collaborating with each other. I'm really happy to see the entire continent represented here. Let's continue working together. If you have an event, let us know. That's the only way we will grow and elevate our industry, if we share and if we continue to collaborate. So
is there. So we can build a very strong audience with the brand. By the way, sponsorships will also come with those kind of partnerships. Thank you.
Missed the opportunity to pitch. This is not the end, everybody. This is just the beginning. There's so much more lined up, and we'll be sharing what's going to be happening through our social media pages. So our team kindly share how people can access us. So we are on all social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X as well. And it's been
Oh, thank you. No, it's a wonderful opportunity for me to be here, and I'm really excited about this initiative. I remember there was an initiative many years ago, Torino Short Film Market, and they even had.
I think that's it from me. We are right on time. We had purpose to finish at 1 p.m. Kenyan time. We appreciate you all. We just take maybe a minute and take maybe one comment from the audience, and then we can call it a wrap as we're waiting for the panelists to share their contacts in the chat box. Thank you.
A great session. I'm really looking forward to the next sessions and even the big event. So congratulations, Benga, Theodore, and Kagabo, and to the panelists as well. Very well moderated as well, Lucy. So thank you. I really enjoyed this session.